When the FBI raids Peterson's grocery, will a cashier's evidence be enough to bring down an entire city government? Because Linda's meticulous documentation had provided federal investigators with exactly what they needed to prosecute a multi-million-dollar corruption conspiracy. Linda's contact with the FBI had been coordinated through her daughter Maria, who'd researched federal corruption reporting procedures during her criminal justice class. Agent Sarah Martinez arrived at Linda's apartment not in an official vehicle, but in an unmarked car, treating Linda's safety as a priority. "Mrs. Rodriguez," Agent Martinez said, reviewing Linda's evidence, "in 15 years of investigating public corruption, I've never seen documentation this thorough from a civilian witness. You've essentially built our entire case for us." Linda's retail expertise had translated perfectly into criminal investigation. Her attention to transaction details, systematic record-keeping, and pattern recognition had created a comprehensive map of the corruption network that would have taken federal investigators months to develop independently. Agent Martinez explained that Linda's evidence supported a federal investigation that had been ongoing for 6 months, but lacked the transaction-level detail needed for prosecution. "We knew money was being laundered through local businesses, but we couldn't prove the mechanism until you documented the fake receipt system." The FBI raid on Peterson's grocery occurred at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, timed to coincide with the mayor's normal money laundering schedule. Linda watched from across the street as federal agents arrested Mayor Williams, 2 city council members, and, most shocking to Linda, her own store manager, who had been facilitating the computer access needed for the fake transactions. The federal investigation revealed that Linda's documentation had exposed a corruption network involving 7 city officials, 4 construction companies, and 3 local businesses used for money laundering. The total fraud exceeded $4.2 million in stolen taxpayer funds over 3 years. Mayor Williams had been receiving kickbacks averaging $50,000 per month in exchange for awarding no-bid contracts to companies that consistently overcharged the city for construction projects. The fake grocery receipts allowed the bribe money to be converted into legitimate-looking business expenses that could be reported on tax returns and campaign finance disclosures. Linda's evidence was crucial in proving the systematic nature of the corruption. Her detailed transaction analysis showed that the fake receipts weren't random fraud, but a carefully orchestrated system designed to process large amounts of illegal cash on a predictable schedule. "Mrs. Rodriguez," U.S. Attorney David Walsh addressed Linda during the press conference announcing the indictments, "Your civic responsibility and professional expertise have saved taxpayers millions of dollars and restored integrity to your city government." Linda learned that her investigation had not only documented the existing corruption, but prevented the approval of additional fraudulent contracts worth an estimated $8 million. Her intervention had literally saved her community from years of additional theft. The federal prosecution vindicated Linda's investigation completely. Mayor Williams received 12 years in federal prison, the store manager was sentenced to 5 years for conspiracy, and the construction companies were banned from government contracts and required to pay $6.8 million in restitution. Linda's role in exposing the corruption made her a local hero, but more importantly, it validated her professional expertise. The same attention to detail that made her an excellent cashier had made her an exceptional fraud investigator. Peterson's Grocery, under new management, implemented Linda as their new loss prevention coordinator, a promotion that recognized her investigative skills while keeping her in the retail industry she knew and loved. Maria graduated from community college with a degree in criminal justice, inspired by her mother's example of how ordinary citizens can hold powerful people accountable through careful observation and courageous action. Sometimes the most important investigations are conducted by people who nobody expects to be watching. Sometimes the best fraud investigators are the ones who understand how legitimate transactions should work. Linda's story proves that expertise comes in many forms, and that 15 years of retail experience can be exactly the training needed to spot sophisticated financial crimes. If you work in retail, customer service, or any job that involves handling transactions, remember that your professional skills make you uniquely qualified to recognize patterns that law enforcement might miss. Your attention to detail isn't just job performance, it's civic responsibility. Share this with anyone who's ever been told their retail job doesn't matter. Linda's cashier expertise saved her entire community millions of dollars and brought criminals to justice.